this third of a series of 3 videos introducing students to academic writing and reading academic sources. This video is about how to write an academic essay and the introduction to the essay writing format. So what is an academic essay? Well, an academic essay has several specific goals which are assigned by the lecturer. We, as lecturers, are trying to check if you are learning the module content. So that's one way of testing it. We also want to see if you can show that you can find reliable and related information. We've been speaking about reliable information in our last videos, so we want to be able to see if you can find that reliable information. We also sometimes want to see if you can compare and contrast different views about a topic. What you'll soon find is that people have different views about things, and that's fine. Sometimes we need to compare those views and see what they show us. Then we also want to see that you can defend a particular point of view. What is your point of view? Can you give evidence that you can defend that point of view with real evidence? We'll look at that just now when we talk about creating an argument. And then we also want to see if you can evaluate the truth of a statement. If somebody says something, can you analyze it and say, this part of it is true, but this part of it isn't, and I can show it because of this evidence. So sometimes an academic essay will ask all of these things in one essay, but usually it's just one of these different things. So we're just trying to see if you've learned how to do all of these things, and this is what an academic essay is for. So here's some more about what an academic essay is. It always follows accepted conventions or norms. So usually it's divided into 3 sections: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. The introduction is a summary about what the essay is about and why it's important. It also tells us how the essay is organized. So if you're having headings about particular topics in your essay, how are those organized? And then it also tells us how you are examining or exploring the topic. So are you going to compare and contrast, or are you going to analyze? The summary, the introduction tells us all of those things in summary. The conclusion is a summary of all of the things that you've discovered when you have been researching your topic. So it's not the same as the introduction. It's actually looking at all of the conclusions that you've come to when you've been working on your essay. And then the body of the essay is the very important part of the essay, all of the information that you have found and that you are analyzing. So each paragraph of the body of the essay is about 1 point, and each of those paragraphs needs to follow on from each other so that they make sense.
Ukwengeza nje kancane, uma sikhuluma mhlambe nge-essay, i-essay noma i-academic essay ihlukene inezigaba ezintathu, or isingeniso, nomzimba, nesiphetho, engicabanga-ke lokho ukuthi esikufunda sisesikoleni sukela nje emabangeni aphansi. Isingeniso isona-ke sinokuthi sihluphe kakhulu. Ngiyikhulumele nje mina, isingeniso into eyayingihlupha kakhulu-ke mina ngisaqala ukufunda. Ngoba into eyenza kakhulu isihluphe isingeniso ngoba uyazi ufuna ukukhuluma ngani, kodwa awukafuni ukukhuluma ngayo ngoba phela uzokhuluma ngayo emzimbeni. Manje-ke uma ungeke ukhulume ngayo lento ozokhuluma ngayo, yini-ke ozoyisho esingenisweni? Yingakho-ke kunokuba inkinga impela ukubhala isingeniso. Umbono nje engingawubeka noma mhlawumbe wokusiza ukuthi isingeniso oqala asingabe side, sifuna sibe sifishane kakhulu isingeniso, ngoba inhloso yaso isingeniso kubalekile uku-understanda noma ukuqonda inhloso yesingeniso. Isingeniso inhloso yaso hayi akusikhona ukuxoxa ngalokho ozokhuluma ngakho, ukusho ukuthi yini lena ozokhuluma ngayo. Oqala nje lokho esingenisweni kubalekile ukuthi uveze ukuthi yini ozokhuluma ngayo. Okwesibili bese uyasho ukuthi uzokhuluma ngakho lokho kanjani. Okusho ukuthi mhlambe uma i-essay yakho uzoyibhala izohlukana, izoba mhlambe negatshana noma ngehlokwana ey'thile, uzoyihlukanisa ngey'hlokwana ey'thile. Kubalulekile ukuthi uyiveze lezo y'hlokwana-ke lezo ukuthi mina-ke ngizokhuluma mhlampe ngomculo-ke mhlampe wekwaito mhlampe. Uma uzobhala mhlampe ngomculo wekwaito, kubalulekile ukuthi-ke usho ukuthi ngizobe sengikhuluma-ke mhlampe ngabakhandi bawo lo mculo mhlampe, noma sike sithi mhlampe uzoqala ngomlando wawo lo mculo usukaphi. Ibaphi abaculi abadumile abaziwayo abashayayo kulo mculo lona wekwaito. Mhlampe bese usuzongena mhlampe nasekuchazeni ngeqhaza lawo emphakathini. Lezo y'gatshana ey'ncane ozokhuluma ngazo ziveze lezo y'hlokwana lezo kuyo-ke la i-introduction yakho noma isingeniso sakho. Ilokho nje kuphela. Uma usuveze lokho usunesingeniso. Ufuna-ke ungayixaki kakhulu lapho ngesingeniso. Sinjalo nje isingeniso. Bese-ke la emzimbeni-ke ilapho khona usuhlukanisa-ke lezi y'gatshana noma lezi y'hlokwana-ke njengoba bengibalile lezi y'bonelo. Usubhala-ke mhlampe i-paragraph eyodwa ngaso sisodwa isihlokwana lesi usuye naba kuso. Bese-ke kuba khona i-conclusion. I-conclusion-ke ilapho khona usuphetha usugoqa-ke lapho ukuthi zonke-ke lezi y'gatshana engiy'balile emzimbeni wami ziholele ekuthini, mhlampe iliphi iphuzu engizama ukulibeka noma ezilivezayo noma esikutholayo ngawo konke lo lwazi eselibekiwe. Yikho ekuthiwa-ke i-conclusion ukuthi sesiphetha-ke sesigoqa. Yini esingayisho-ke ngekwaito? Ngabe sithi ikwaito ayiye phambili, masithi iye phambili ayiye kanjani phambili? Konke lokho sikusho njalo sikususela olwazini esesilivezile lapha ngaphakathi emzimbeni.
Now, one of the things that an academic essay always has is a list of sources or a bibliography. We've already learned about that, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but to say that any kind of work that you do that requires you to hand in something at university should have a bibliography if you've been to look for information. So that's a very important part of an essay or any project. Another important part is that an academic essay is in formal register. So that's formal language. It should be correct spelling. Capital letters should be in appropriate places. Correct punctuation needs to be used. No informal language. No word contractions. Word contractions are when you use a word like don't, which is actually do not. So we try not to use contractions. And obviously, no SMS language or no Twitter language, that kind of thing. So before, B with a number 4 next to it, you should not use, but the full word. Also, just one other important thing that I should say to you is usually we write out numbers in full when we are writing an academic essay. So instead of writing 3 as a number, we write THREE. That's just one of the conventions. Also, one other convention which I hear or see often that students make a mistake with is usually we refer to people by their surname only in an academic essay, not by their first name. So if you were writing about me, you wouldn't say AJ says this. You would use my surname. Bethke says this. Okay, so where do I start when I have to write an academic essay? This is a very important question because sometimes people get quite nervous about what they have to do. So let's have a look at what you have to do. Number 1, read the question carefully. The question is going to have all sorts of clues about what you need to do. So let's have a look at what you might see in a question. You might see these words. Compare. That means look at 2 things or 3 things, look at their similarities and look at their differences. You might see the word analyze. Analyze means go into depth into a particular thing. Right? So you need to look at every particular thing from every side, from every angle if you are going to analyze. It means break it up into small pieces and look at each small piece. You might find the word review. Review means you're going to look at a book. Usually a book review is what you're going to have to do. It means read the book and tell us what that book is about and why you think it's important. You might come across the word prove. That means you're going to have to find evidence to prove a point. You might find the word find. That means you're going to have to go into the library or you have to go and do interviews to find out information. You might find the word examine. Examine is very similar to analyze. It means look at something in depth but breaking it up. And then you might also find the word defend. Defend is like when you are a lawyer and you want to defend your point of view. It means can you back up your point of view with lots of evidence.
Ukwengeza nje lapho kubalekile ke ngempela ukuhlaziya noma ukufundisisa umbuzo wakho ngoba konke ke kuqala la embuzweni. Uma umbuzo ungawufundanga kahle we-essay yakho kunzima kukancane impela ukuthi ungawuphendula ngendlela efanele. Lawa yiwo amagama ajwayelekile amagama lawa avamise ukusetshenziswa embuzweni mawubuzwa mhlambe nge-essay kwi-essay kumele ubhale i-essay. Uma mhlawumbe uhlangana negama elinjengo-compare makuthiwa compare kushuthi ke uzoqhathanisa lapho ngoba ukuqhathanisa ukucomparisha okusho ukuthi vele ke sekunezinto ezimbili ulindele izinto ezimbili lapho kuzothiwa qhathanisa. Uqhathanisa ubuhle nobubi esikhathi esiningi futhi kusuke kufunwa ukuthi uqhathanise izinto ezifanayo ngento ethile kanti futhi nangezinto ezihluke ngazo lezi zinto ezimbili futhi izinto ezifana ama-similarities mhlambe nama-differences ukuhluka kwazo lezi zinto ezimbili ukuqhathanisa ke lokho. Makuthiwa ke analyze mawuthi umbuzo analyze usho ukuthi ke cwaningisisa ngokucubungula futhi ke kumele ucubungule kabanzi ngento ethile mhlawumbe noma ngesihlokwana esithile. Lokho ke kusho ukuthi ke uzohamba wenze ulwazi olujulile wenze ucwaningo olujulile ngaleso sihloko esithile bese ke uyethula ke lolo lwazi olutholile. Makuthiwa ke mhlambe review okushuthi ke makuthiwa review uzofunda mhlambe incwadi ethile bese ngokusonga ke usuyabeka kafishane kusho ukuthi awubuyisi lo ncwadi njengoba uyifundile ngoba usho ukuthi wena usuyenza ke okwesibili usubuyisa umbono wesibili okusho ukuthi ke uzoyifunda bese ke uyasonga ukuthi ngokubona kwakho ikhuluma ngani le ncwadi le futhi ke kungani ibalekile. Makuthiwa prove mhlambe kusho ukuthi lokho ke kuyomele uveze ngokuletha ubufakazi uveze noma useke iphuzo elithile noma into ethile noma mhlambe kuzothiwa prove mhlambe ukuthi umculo wejazz ubaluleke ngani eNingizimu Afrika. Kusho ke kumele uhambe kuthola lonke ulwazi olukusekayo lokho noma olukuvezayo ngempela ukubaluleka komculo wajazz eNingizimu Afrika. No find no namagama njengo examine siyawathola nawo ke mhlawumbe amagama njengo defend defend ke shuthi mhlawumbe makubekwe isihloko esithile noma umbono othile uzonikwa wona kuwumbuzo bese kuthiwa udefend awunalo ilungelo lokuphikisa lo mbono lo shuthi vumelana nawo bese uyaseka ukuthi yini uyiqiniso. Makuthiwa mhlawumbe umculo wejazz ubalekile eSouth Africa angeke ke wena ke kuthiwa kudefend lokho bese uyaphikisa wena uthi hayi awubalekile isicathamiya esibalekile. Cha, makuthiwa defend kusho ukuthi wena seka ulethe nolwazi oluhloliwe olusekayo ukuthi ngempela ubalekile lo mculo wejazz eSouth Africa.
Now, what happens if you don't understand the question? So that often happens. Maybe we don't understand it because the English that it is phrased in is too difficult for us to understand. So let me go through some possibilities if that is the case for you. This is not something that you need to be embarrassed about. If you don't understand, we as lecturers are here to help you, and your fellow students are here to help you as well. My first point of advice is, if you don't understand the question, ask your friends if they understand it. Maybe they understand it and maybe they are able to put over the meaning of the question better for you actually than the lecturer can, because maybe they can speak Zulu but the lecturer can't, or maybe they can speak Xhosa or Sotho and they understand the essence of the question. So first, ask your fellow students if they understand the question. If a group of you, when you have looked at the question, still don't understand the question, that's okay. Come and speak to your lecturer. But before you come to the lecturer, see if you can work out parts of what the question are about. Okay? So it's better to come to a lecturer saying, this is what I think the question is asking. Am I right? Are we correct? Then the lecturer can say, okay, I can see where you're coming from. That's not really what I'm asking for. This is what I'm looking for. Okay? Come to the lecturer having done some work with it already. Don't just say, I don't understand. See if you can work out a little bit about what it means. That will help you a lot, and it will also help the lecturer to see if they've asked the question correctly. Remember, a lecturer is also learning about how to get the information that they have acquired over to you. Sometimes we struggle to get that across because we are still learning how to get it across to you. So sometimes the questions that we set are quite difficult to understand because we know what we mean, but maybe you don't know what we mean. So come and ask us if you don't understand.
Sisekukho nje ukubaleka kokuqonda kahle ukuthi umbuzo uthini. Ngicabanga ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi ngikudlulise ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi uma usufikile lapha esikhungweni semfundo ephakeme uzijwayeze ukusebenzisana nabantu. Siyazi ukuthi esikoleni akusiyo into egqugquzelwa kakhulu, yebo khona kukhona ukusebenzisana, kodwa ke esikoleni kukhona kakhulu ukuqhathwa, mhlawumbe kuze kukhona izinto enjengama top 10 nakho konke lokho. Akukho ke lokho la. Okusho ukuthi la kugqugquzeleka ngempela ukusebenzisana. Okusho ukuthi uma umbuzo ungawuqondi uthini, buza kubafowenu ofunda nabo ukuthi bona babona kanjani. Kuhle nje ukuthi nisawuthola umbuzo noma isaphuma i-question noma i-assignment, nike nixoxe nje ninodwa ukuthi manibheka nina ikhuluma ngani lento le. Uma ukuthi hayi niyabona ngathi hayi ingaphezulu kwenu, niyaya kuye naye uthisha osukuyena onike lo mbuzo lo, nimbuze naye ukuthi mhlambe umbuzo lona umayelana ngani, ngoba uma ngempela ugeje ekuqondeni ukuthi umbuzo umayelana ngani, ngeke ulibone lidlalayo ekubhalweni kwe-essay yakho.
Once you've understood the question, how do you plan an academic essay? Well, here are some questions you can ask yourselves. When you know the question, what is the information that I need to answer this essay question? What information do I need? The second question is, can I rewrite the question as a set of keywords? Important. And then the third question, how am I going to organize the information that I find? Okay, let's have a look at each of those separately. The first question, you will need to search for information related to the question that is asked. Information can be presented in very many different ways and for different purposes. For an academic essay, you will need to search for reliable peer-reviewed information. We've spoken about peer-reviewed information. So it's not a good idea if you're doing an academic essay to use a website that is not a reliable website. You can use online information, but it's best to go on to something like the UKZN library webpage and to find sources from that webpage. Then you'll know that they are going to be reliable. But just putting something into Google is not a good way to find information. You could use Google Scholar, which I've spoken about in the first video. If you use Google Scholar, you will find reliable peer-reviewed information. So search for the kind of information that you need for your question. Then, there are different types of sources, and we've gone through those sources. Books, you can get monographs or collections of essays. You can have textbooks, you can have journal articles, and, as I've said, reliable websites. How do I find this information? This is an important part for you. Where do I find the information? So, this is when you need to make your essay into keywords. I'm going to give you a question that could be asked about an essay. Let's say you get this question. Compare the genre of iskatamia with amakwaya and give a history of each of these genres. Now, if we were to put those into keywords, very important firstly is iskatamia, because that's one of the genres, and amakwaya. Okay? And the question asks us to compare them. That means we're going to find the similarities and the differences. So our two keywords so far are iskatamia and amakwaya. The question also asked for some history about each of those genres. We don't actually need history as a keyword. All we need is iskatamia and amakwaya. When we type iskatamia into Google Scholar or into the UKZN Library webpage, we'll get all sorts of different sources. You can even try it if you like. You'll find wonderful things about iskatamia. If you do that, when you are looking at all of the topics, see if you can find anything that is about the history of iskatamia. If you can, you're going to use that. But you're also looking for sources that are related to what iskatamia is, because you are going to compare it with amakwaya. Your next step would be to type in amakwaya into Google Scholar or into the UKZN Library webpage and see what comes up there. You'll probably only get a much smaller group of topics there because it hasn't been written about all that much. But you'll find some things about the history of amakwaya and also about competitions, music competitions and amakwaya, and you will also find a little bit about what amakwaya is. Once you've found all of that information through the search engine, then you'll be able to start writing your essay. But if you're struggling to find stuff, you can always consult somebody called a subject librarian. We have several librarians in the music library, and they would all be happy to assist you if you're looking for information. When you've found all of your information, you need to evaluate it. That means you need to look through it and see what is going to be helpful and what isn't going to be helpful when I answer this question. And then you gather all of those things up and you begin making notes about your topic.
Ngicabanga nje ukuthi kubalekile ukuveza ukuthi uma ubheka ulwazi ekulungiseleleni kokubhala i-essay yakho noma i-assignment yakho, kubalekile ukuthi ungathi mhlawumbe mawusulibhekile-ke walithola ulwazi lapho lithole khona noma lithola online, bese uthatha nje konke okutholayo usufuna ukuthi ukusebenzise ngenkani, uzuphoqa impela uzama indlela zokuthi hayi ngoba sengize ngalithola le article ethile futhi ngathi iyahambisana, kodwa uyabona ayihambisani kodwa hayi ngathi iyahambisana, bese uyithatha ngenkani-ke usufuna ukuyifaka ukuthi ukhulume ngayo. Cha, lokho ungakwenzi akugqugquzeleki neze, akukho kuhle. Kubalekile ukuthi uhlolisise ngempela zonke ulwazi olitholayo bese wena ubheka lapho elikhuluma khona ngalokhu wena ofuna ukubhala ngakho. Ngale ndlela futhi nawe wena oyibonayo ukuthi uma ngiyisebenzisa izokuseka lokhu engifuna ukusho, ngoba uzoyigcina usuyithola usucaphuna umuntu okhuluma ngaso ngqo isihloko okhuluma ngaso, kodwa yena uyawuphikisa lo mbono wena oza ngawo, noma mhlawumbe lokuthiwe wena useke noma kuthiwe udefend. So kubalekile-ke ukuhlolisisa lonke ulwazi obhekana olitholayo ma ubhale i-essay ungakabhali i-essay yakho.
I've listed here some of the search engines that I recommend that you use on a regular basis. I've spoken about Google Scholar. I've also spoken about the UKZN Library website. One of the important side parts of the UKZN Library website is something called the Music Guide. Every discipline has a special page related to what they offer to people from the library. And our music library has a special guide. If you type in that address, you will find the UKZN Music Library Guide. And on that, for example, you will find examples of the kind of journals that are useful for you as a music student. You'll also find things about where to find sheet music, who you should speak to in the library, things about citation that we use. Everything that you need as a music student in the library is on that page. So I recommend that you visit that. I've spoken quite a lot, we have spoken quite a lot about how to find a source in the library. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this. We've said that if you type something into a search engine of the library, you will find that it comes with a little number called the Dewey number. If you follow this number, you'll be able to find the book that you are looking for. If you can't find the book, you must go and speak to a subject librarian who will help you to find that book. So how do I plan an academic essay? How do I organize the information? My first suggestion is to organize it according to themes and headings. Now let's go back to that question that I gave you as an example about Iskatamia and Amakwaya. Let's say you have gathered a whole lot of information about Iskatamia and what Iskatamia is. That's the first thing. And you've got some history about Iskatamia. Then you've got information about what Amakwaya is, and you've got some information about its history. Those are all themes. Now, when you are answering the question, you are going to say what is similar between Iskatamia and Amakwaya. What are the things that are the same? And then you'll put all of that together in one theme. Then you're going to have a look at what is different about them, and you're going to put that as a theme. So we've got things that are the same, things that are different. And then we're going to have a theme about the history of Iskatamia and a theme about the history of Amakwaya. There, you've got all of the similar information together that answers your question, and you've got a logical way of putting that information together. So your essay could look like this: introduction, similarities between Iskatamia and Amakwaya, differences between Iskatamia and Amakwaya, the history of Iskatamia, the history of Amakwaya, conclusion.
Cha ukongeza nalapho kubalekile ke ukuthi uma uthole umbuzo mhlambe othi qhathanisa izinto ezimbili ukwazi ukuthi ube nolwazi ngayodwa ulibheke ulwazi mhlambe ngesibonelo sesisebenzisayo mhlambe uthole umbuzo obuza mayelana noma udinga ukuthi uqhathanise umculo wesicathamiya nomculo wamakhwaya bese futhi ke uthi ukuthi fahla ngomlando walezi inhlobo zomculo zombili lapho kubalekile ukuthi isicathamiya sisodwa nje ukwazi ukwenza uphenyo ngaso ube nolwazi oluningi ngaso nje sizimele kanjalo nomculo wamakhwaya kuze uthi mawusukhona mawususubhala i-essay yakho ukwazi ukuthi ube nehlokwana ezihlukanisayo ukuthi mhlambe asithi mhlambe isihloko sakho sokuqala sizoba mhlambe mayelana ngezinto ezifanayo phakathi kwesiqathamiya nomculo wamakhwaya kuze ukwazi ukubona izinto ezifanayo ngezinto ezimbili phakathi kwezinto ezimbili kumele zombili lezi zinto zowu ukuthi uyazazi kahle futhi uyayiqonda kahle ingakho kubalekile impela ukuthi mawuphenyisise ngayodwa into ozokhuluma ngayo ezimele mhlambe ke isigaba sakho noma isiqeshana sesibili noma iparagraph yesibili sizokhuluma ke ngezinto mhlambe isicathamiya nomculo wamakhwaya ezihluke ngazo nalapho futhi ke usuyabhala ke zonke izinto ezihluke ngazo okudinga futhi ukuthi uzazi ngokuqonda impela okuphelelisiweyo indlela lezi zinto zowu ezisebenza ngayo futhi nezisetshenziswa ngayo ukuze uzokhona ukuhluza kahle okufanayo nokungafani kuzo lezi zinto lezi nalapho ke mhlambe sekumase kuthiwa bese ke uyengeza ukhulume ngomlando mhlambe walezi zinto zowu nalokho kufaka kube isiqeshana sakho ungabe usuquba mhlambe ukuthi usukhuluma izinto ezifanayo mhlawumbe ama-similarities usukhuluma ke nangokuhluka noma izinto ezihlukile ngale nhlobo zombili zomculo kanye nomlando usuyaxuba manje mhlawumbe usukwenza ukufaka kuyiparagraph eyodwa lokho ke akuqhuquzeleki neze futhi kuzonika wena inkinga kube sekunika-ke umuntu ozobe efunda leyo essay yakho enkulu-ke inkinga engaphezu kweyakho ngoba kwenza ukuthi kuba nzima ukuyilandela indaba osuke uyixoxa noma i-essay yakho. Yingakho kukuhle futhi ukuthi uma ubhala i-essay indlela elandelana ngayo kube yindlela ehambiselanayo ngokwenzeka kwezinto okhuluma ngazo. Ungabi mhlawumbe usuqala ngento eyenzeka ekugcineni bese ugcina ngento eyenzeka ekuqaleni, okuyilokho-ke esizothu ukwenaba kukho njengamanje.
Now, when you have a question about the history of a genre or the history of a person, it's very important that you put the information in chronological order. That means from the earliest date to the most recent date. I'll give you an example of where this hasn't happened. Let's say you are writing about a composer who was born in 1998. So let's say it starts like this. The composer was born in 1998. He got married in 2008. He went to primary school in, let's see, 1998, it would be about 2004, he went to primary school. Then he got his Bachelor of Music degree in 2018. If we look at that, it starts with born, then married, then went to primary school, and then got a degree. But that's not the chronology of his life. It should be born, primary school, got married, perhaps if he got married before his degree, and then got his degree. Okay, so it's very important to put the information in chronological order. I find that lots of students just put information down, any information. We're looking for the information in order. Now, here's an important thing that many students don't understand when they are writing an academic essay. This is something called an academic argument. An academic argument is not when you and I are yelling at each other. Okay, that's what normally an argument is about. But an academic argument is about when you are putting different types of information together and seeing if they are true or not. So here is an example which I did with one of my classes recently. We were trying to work out what is an academic argument, and we used an example of some restaurant chains. So I'm going to read for you this little paragraph that we put together. RocoMama is too expensive for lower and middle income earners in Durban. In comparison with Spur, Steers and McDonald's, Roco's burger, fries and milkshake combo is nearly double the price. For example, a Steers medium combo is about 60 Rand, whereas the same at Roco's is about 120 Rand. The possible reason for the difference in price is because RocoMama uses good quality ingredients. Let's have a look at this now and what kind of an argument it is. The first sentence is, it states that RocoMama's is too expensive for lower and middle income earners in Durban. The sentence tells us what the argument is going to be about. Okay? It shows us what we're going to try and prove with evidence. The next two sentences are about comparing RocoMama with several other restaurants. So we have a comparison with Spur, Steers and McDonald's, and we have actual prices. So it compares and it gives us actual evidence. But the important thing here is that when you are talking about evidence in an academic essay, you are supposed to tell us where the evidence comes from. So when the person says, in comparison with Spur, Steers and McDonald's, Roco's burger, fries and milkshake combo is nearly double the price. For example, a Steers medium combo is about 60 Rand. We should have a citation that says, I saw this on a Steers menu. And the citation would be Steers 2019, and that would give you the citation. We know now that that's a reliable source. It comes from a menu. You'd also need a citation for Roco's about the 120 Rand. Does it come from a menu? And so on. Okay. Then we have a reason for why Roco's might be more expensive. It says the possible reason for the difference in price is because RocoMama's usually uses good quality ingredients. So it gives us some idea as to why this might be the reason. Now that is a very simple argument. If we want a good academic argument, it would continue from there. We would want to see solid evidence from employees at RocoMamas about where the ingredients are sourced and why they might be superior or better than those used by other restaurant chains. Okay, so we want evidence. It would mean that you'd have to go and interview the people at RocoMamas. We'd also need to see similar evidence from Steers, Spur, and McDonald's because you've included them in the argument. You would go to them and ask them, where do you get your ingredients? How much do they cost? And why do they cost this much? Those are the kind of things you'd be asking. Once you've got the information from RocoMamas and the other restaurant chains, you can then compare. You can say, okay, the meat that RocoMamas is using is local meat that is created by local farming and it's supporting local farmers. That's why it's more expensive, whereas other meat is imported from the other restaurant chains. Okay, so that could be one reason, for example. But you would need to be able to assess and compare whether your information is correct. And then you can add more detail. Of course, there are other reasons why RocoMamas might have higher prices. Maybe it pays its staff better wages. Okay, if they get paid better, of course, you're going to have more expensive food. Then it may pay more for the rent. Okay, we don't know where they are, but if they are in very expensive malls, you'd have to pay expensive rent. And then it may have better trained chefs. If you're going to train your chefs, perhaps they have to go on courses. Those cost money. That converts into us having to pay more for a burger. If an argument is going to be very strong, it will need to investigate all of these possibilities and back it up with reliable evidence. And reliable evidence can come from interviews, from books, from, like in this case, from menus, and from suppliers of food and materials. All of the things must be reliable evidence so that it can be a strong argument.
Ukwengeza impela kafishane ngayo i-argument. I-argument ke ibaluleke kakhulu kwi-academic writing nje yonke. Ngoba i-argument iyona mgogodla wakho konke mhlambe umbhali asuke ebhala ngakho. Nawe ke njengoba uzobe ubhala i-essay ungumbhali nawe. So i-argument nawe umgogodla walokhu osuke ubhala ngakho. Sokuthi i-argument kahle kahle iyisizathu sokuthi uzubhale lo mbhali iliphi iphuzu kahle kahle uzubhale lo mbhalo iliphi iphuzu ofisa ukudlulisa. Mhlambe isibonelo mhlambe njengayo lencwadi le In Town Tonight. Kuze ke uDavid Copeland abhale lencwadi le. Yini ayifisa ukudlulisa? Okusho ukuthi kule ncwadi le yebo yona inkulu, kodwa ngoba inkulu ingaka kukhona iphuzu aqonda ukudlulisa. Uma ungambuza nje mawungakube nenhlahla ohlangana naye umbuzo ukuthi hawu ndoda kwawenze njani uzubhale lencwadi lena? Yini le ofuna ukuyisho ngoba ngicabanga ukuthi kwakuyisizungu nje kuphela. Khona ayifuna ukudlulisa ngale kwesizungu. Khona ayifisa umlayezo ayifisa ukusho ngale ncwadi. Lokho ke engakuphendula nje ngomusho wodwa ukuthi hayi kahle kahle engisuke ngikubeka ilokhu mina. Kungenzeka umbhali abhale incwadi mhlambe ethi Jazz in South Africa ihloko. Isihloko sisodwa sikutshela ukuthi yini umbhali azama ukuyidlulisa ngokubhala lencwadi le. Mhlambe ungathi uma usufundile ufunde mhlambe yonke incwadi enkulu, kodwa nje i-argument yombhali ukuthi i-jazz mhlambe ithathelwa phansi lapha eNingizimu Afrika noma abaculi be-jazz bathathelwa phansi eSouth Africa. Lokho akakushongo ngqo wakuphimisa ngalowo magama. Kodwa uma usufunde wahlaziya kahle konke lo mbhalo uyakuthola lokho ukuthi hayi nansi argument yakhe kahle kahle ilokho afisa ukukubeka. Okushuthi ke ngicabanga ukuthi singakutholela ukuthi i-argument uyithola ngokufunda ngokuqondisisa umbhalo osokuwufunda. Nawe ke kubalekile futhi ukuthi mawubhala i-essay yakho ube nayo i-argument ube nayo engqondweni argument ozama ukuyidlulisa. Kakhulukazi ma ubhala i-essay ekhuthaza kakhulu ukuthi ubeke uvo lwakho noma mhlambe kuthiwa reviewer. Kubalulekile-ke lapho ukuthi nawe ube ne-argument yakho engqondweni ngoba ububhala nje la ngendlela yokuthi umuntu oyifundayo egcine ethola ukuthi hayi nakho kahle kahle lo mbhalo ozama ukudlulisa. Njengesibonelo nje sinaso lapha phambi kwethu. I-argument kahle kahle la lo mbhalo maningi amagama asetshenziswe la. Kodwa ungagoqa nje kafishane ukuthi hayi i-argument kahle kahle yalo mbhalo noma umuntu noma abantu ababhale lo mbhalo baqonda ukudlulisa ukuthi hayi i-restaurant le ekuthiwa iRokomama hayi idula kakhulu kubantu abenza imali abangacaphuni kusala abantu abangadli izambane likabhondo. Shuthi-ke ilokho nje kahle kahle i-argument. Sengakubekwa-ke konke okunye kodwa kubalulekile ukuyiqonda i-argument. Lokho nje bekufisa ukudlulisa ngokubaluleka kwe-argument.
So, we've come pretty much to the end of what we wanted to teach you. Of course, writing an essay requires a huge amount of work. Some people think that they can write an essay in a couple of hours. But realistically, when you are preparing to write an essay, when you see all of the steps that we've gone through, finding the information, reading through it, grouping it together, and then writing about it, using all the techniques from the other videos about paraphrasing, about quoting, all of these things together take many hours. When you are writing an essay, you should plan on at least 15 to 20 hours. That's including reading all of the things that you've done, sitting, finding sources. All of these things take time. But one of the things that takes the longest time is actually writing the essay. Thinking about the argument that you are going to put forward. Thinking about how you're going to put that in words. Some of us struggle to write things in words. We are easy to speak, but to write is more difficult for us. If you find that, it's going to take you a long time. But one of the other things which is important is once you've actually written the essay, that's not really the end. The best thing is then to read your essay to somebody out loud, as though you are reading a story to somebody, to see if it makes sense to the other person. If you do all of those things, it's highly likely that you will do much better in your essays than if you don't do them. So we encourage you to spend time, to be thoughtful, to compose your ideas through lots of different ways, through websites, through books, through journals, through speaking to others, through interviews. All of these things will help you. If you want to look at some further websites for getting better at writing essays, I've offered some here on the screen for you to look at. There's some about plagiarism and paraphrasing, but particularly if you are wanting to find out how to become good at paraphrasing, I've added some YouTube videos there for you to be able to watch.
Doc, just to add there, kusacela nje ukucacisa lokho kakhulu ukuthi kuze ube ngcono ekubhaleni kwakho kuyeke kusiza uyijwayeze ukufunda nje kubalekile ukufunda ngisho ukuthi kuyindlela elula noma kukunika i-shortcut ekukwazini ukuba umbhalo ongcono the more uyijwayeza nje ukufunda the more uzoba ngcono ekubhaleni kwakho. So kubalekile uyijwayeze ukufunda. Sesingasho-ke nje ngisho ukufunda-ke imbhalo mhlambe yesikole, ukufunda-ke nje ngisho okuseceleni kuyakusiza lokho ngoba uyakhona ukubuka indlela abanye abantu noma abanye ababhali abasebenzisa ngawo mhlawumbe amagama noma indlela ababeka ngawo mhlawumbe ama-argument abo ngoba ayodwa kuphela indlela emhlabeni yokubeka i-argument ziningi. So kuyasiza ngempela ukufunda futhi kubalekile. Nanakho-ke futhi engibona ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi uma ubhala kubalekile ukuthi ungabi usuphoqa ukusebenzisa amagama amakhulu nawe ungawaqondi kahle ukuthi asho ukuthini. Namathela nje kumagama onesiqiniseko sokuthi uyazi ukuthi asho ukuthini. So zama ukuthi ukubhala kwakho kube simple ngoba inhloso yakho ukudlulisa umlayezo, akusikho mhlawumbe ukuchoma noma ukuveza sonke isingiso naso emhlabeni usufuna ukusikhipha nge-essay eyodwa sonke. Cha, inhloso ukudlulisa umlayezo noma i-argument noma ukuphendula umbuzo. So kubalekile ngaso sonke isikhathi ukuthi uzame ukuthi amagama owasebenzisayo noma isingisi osebenzisayo usebenzise nje isingisi osiqondayo nawe kwawena. Isingisi yebo bafethu siya-understand ukuthi akusilo ulimi esilincele thina, kodwa ngakho ukuzijwayeza nje ukuthi ufunde imibhalo ebhalwe ngesingisi, ukulalela mhlambe nazo neminye imithombo ekhuluma lona ulimi lesilungu, uyakhona ukuthi ukhule nawe futhi uliqonde kangcono. Lokho kuzokwenza ukuthi nawe-ke ube umbhali ongcono, uthole namamaki amangcono.
We hope that all of this will help you in your journey through your academic career. Good luck, and I hope it goes well.